I'm Isabel Ensley, and I have a few questions for you about your business.
Okay.
And so what exactly was your business?
It was called Simplicity Retail Store. I sold gifts and clothing.
So why did you want to start your own business?
When I was young, my mom owned a cooking store, and I loved being there. I helped out with the customers, and I loved stocking and stuff like that. And when I was older, I worked at Marshall Fields for 4 years. And after Marshall Fields, I worked in a small coffee shop, and I got into working with displays and advertising. I was in charge of the Coffee of the Month Club, so I got to design the postcards and mail them out. And then when I was older, I ran into a friend who had a small store in my hometown, and she decided she was going to go back to teaching, and I said, wow, I'm in a place where I could open a store, so that's where it all started.
How did you convince yourself that your idea was an opportunity and not just an idea?
The town that I came from didn't really have much as far as unique gifts, and so I knew that the community would support a gift store, one that specialized in one-of-a-kind pieces of art, jewelry, clothing.
So what we wanted to know was, did you write a business plan? Did you have a financial projection? What was your the business side that led you to create your business?
Well, at the time, when we opened the store, my husband, it was a good opportunity for us to switch tax brackets. We didn't have like a financial plan or anything like that. We didn't apply for business loans. We used our own money, and with the idea of it bringing us, how do I explain this? For tax purposes, you know.
If you were going to start it all over again, would you be taking a different route for whatever reason?
I probably would try and have somebody help me with a business plan. But as far as everything else that I did, I think that it ran well for, you know, what we did. The reason why I got out of it was basically the recession.
Gotcha. So you would say that your business was very dependent on how the overall economy was doing?
Absolutely. Absolutely. As when the recession came, people stopped buying gifts. You know, everybody was buying necessity things. What I sold were not necessities.
Gotcha.
They were basically gifts, and so that really put a wrench in my business, and so I just decided to close. Everybody wanted everything at 50% off, and that wasn't why I was in business. Hi.
I'm Wei Hao. I got a couple questions to ask you.
Okay.
I just want to ask, how do you attract customers?
How did I get customers? I got together with a couple of the other business owners, and we did group activities. We did group sales. We did women's night out where we offered wine and cheese at each of our place of business. That was real successful. Photos of new items I had in the store. I did a lot of advertising in the newspaper. Probably had some kind of a promotion once a month to get people to come in, buy one, get something 20% off. There's one holiday basically every month, so I would use the holiday as a promotion also. couple of the lines that I carried were available nationwide. One was called Life is Good. It was a t-shirt company started by two brothers in Boston, and they slowly, with their advertising and promotions, became nationwide known. And so I sold their line of clothing, t-shirts, hats, and the other was a women's resort clothing called Fresh Produce, and that company has a following. They started in California, and it's sold a lot in resort areas like Florida and California. And so the ladies in the Midwest would buy it for when they went on vacation in the winter months.
What was your biggest challenge?
I would say my biggest challenge was when the recession hit.
Okay.
Trying to get people to come in the store, but also, the only way to get them into the store was for sales, and that was
Nice.
kind of counterproductive, for a profit. That was definitely the hardest part of the whole owning the business. When we opened up the store, or before we opened up the store, we had to come up with a name, and I wanted, because we're so close to Chicago, I wanted the store to have a Chicago feel. And Izzy's dad and I were going through small stores in Chicago, and I came across this vase, and it has the word simplicity on it, and I saw that word, and the word city popped out. And so that was how I got the name of my store.
I know you kind of got your foot in the door and started running your own businesses and stuff like that. Would you recommend to people that were looking to go into entrepreneur fields, was it worth it for you to go ahead and start up your own store, dealing with all the hassles and then having to deal with the recession to eventually close down your stores and everything like that?
I think it's worth it if you have a solid financial background or a base financially, so that you could start it right. But definitely it was a great experience with the people and how, a retail business runs, from finding what you want to sell to the advertising. I would definitely recommend it. But first, I think make sure you have the money so that you could do exactly what you want.
You ran your business for 3 years, right?
6 years.
6 years.
Yes.
Over that 6-year period, do you have like some memories, or do you remember like certain concerns that you used to think of, or anything like that you just kind of remember either being overwhelming or that really sticks out in your head that you found to be a little difficult trying to run your own business?
Well, I think one of the great memories was it was a family affair. My father's an architect. He and my brother designed my front desk and made it for me.
Okay.
My dad built out the space. Isabel's father and I went shopping for a lot of the products. My children, Ian set up the cash register for me, and Isabel helped with customers. And when the kids both got older, they actually worked there for me when I go do some errands. I took my dog there with me every day. It was great. It was a great family business. I enjoyed it. My mother, she, like I said earlier, she owned a kitchen store when I was younger, and so it brought memories back for her, so it was neat hearing her stories that's probably one of the best things that I pulled out of this experience.